Hello, I'm M.K.Davis. I'd like to discuss with you the Patterson film, but I want to talk a little bit about the quality of the film. And there seems to be all kinds of versions of it out there. People make copies and then make copies of copies and on down the line. And so you see a lot of different things. In the early days, mostly what you saw was really bad stuff. But that's why I wanted to go over the quality and also claims that are made that people have worked with the original. Excuse me. Let's go back over here. All right. This right here is frames that Bill Munns scanned off Patricia Patterson's copy of the film. They're mislabeled. I didn't realize that they were not correct until I had drawn this arrow. Then I realized it, but I wanted to place a higher quality up there to show that he did not work with the original. This is frame 352, and this is frame 352 right here on the right. You'll see this little background object right there, the dark object. It's in here exactly like it. Over here, it's a good bit of space. She's moving left to right, so this is frame 352, even though it says 354. Look at the difference in the quality. And in this one, the claim was made that he was working with the original film. And the claim was made that this right here came from the original. It was produced from the original that was in the camera. And the fellow that made this claim was Bruce Bonney. And even he's wrong. The original that was in the camera, it has never been projected. There are some examples of it. You can't quite see what the face is on this one right here, but you definitely can here. And that's mighty good imagery, but it gets better still. It continues to get better and better and better. Let's see here. This is the one that came from the original. It's been filtered to create contrast, but it came off the original film. And you see what could be done with it. This enhancement was done by Mr. Todd Gatewood from Oklahoma, using this right here. Take a look. It's so dense that it doesn't suffer any to enlarge it. You see what a difference it makes to be working from the original. That hardly anyone has. This is from the original. This is from the original and enhanced. You can see so much detail. Look right there. Individual hairs, the eye. And it gets better. I think I done X'd out of all those others. I did. Let me go back to them. Let's see here. These images are right here. This is the Chrome prints that Bruce Bonney produced, that he said came from the original, but they didn't. They came from the master. That's the first copy, which is very good. Don't get me wrong, but you still can go back, and then you can go back. There's a difference between an image produced from the original onto paper and an image produced from the original onto a celluloid transparency. The transparency is going to be better than the paper. Paper's called a platen image. Let's see here. .307. Let's see. I don't know that it has all of them. Let's see, 307. This has been color corrected. I want to find the original without the color correction. Let me you see how quickly you can X out of something without intending to. Let's see here. The reason why they're called Hancock is because Hancock House, the publisher, had these scanned, these Chrome prints, and then they used them in publications. At the time, they were the best that had ever been published. Let's see here. 307, 307. There's 307, Tip Whitefield, right there. They begin right here with 307. Frame 307. Now, this is what I want to bring to your attention is that all of the Chromes had been tinted blue. And people say, well, Chromes are like that. But no, they're not. They're all, it was done intentionally. What it does is create a homogeneous surface, or you can't determine where the hair or the skin begins or ends. It would be of interest to do that if you were trying to claim that this was fur rather than hair, and that it was an animal rather than a human. You see the blue is all over everything. It's even on top of the green, just a dusting of blue. But it can be corrected for. What a massive creature that is. Let's see here. I don't want to X out of the wrong one. 307, let's see. Let me go back to 71, 70, 72, and 61. These are famous right here. They're from the very first part of the film that I call the first walk sequence. And Let's take a look at it. There again, it's tinted blue. Lots of reasons for that. People who are familiar with hominid or hominin fossils is that hominins have their hands have long fingers and they're cupped. The palm of the hands are cupped. And you see that here. You could take this right here and you can say open with. And let's see right here. Let's just correct a little bit of that blue. There you go. That's a little better. Boost contrast a little bit. And then you have Patty as she looked. And she's not black. She's just kind of auburn colored. Look at the big tendons in the knee pit. The huge tendons. Great big muscle on the calf. And there's things that that yet remain unexplained in this photo. There's a smattering of red out on the sandbar. You can kind of go like this and saturate it, intensify the color a little bit. There, you see it a little better. You can see it pretty good like that right there. That's why they had it blue. Well, I'm not going to assign motive to it. I'll just say that's just simply on the film. In the early part of the filming, which is the film's in 3 parts, 3 walk sequences, and no one knows. Once you stop and start a film, you don't know how much time goes by. Whether it's in the editing room or whether it's done by stopping the camera makes no difference. There's no way that the film can tell you anything on the timeline or even the order of the events. So this could go first, this could go second, third. However anyone wants to do it, that's the way film is. So if you're looking for verification by film, the film is just absolutely superb in quality. This was taken from Chrome prints, but I'm here to tell you that if you took it off the original, it would be a step better than that. That's if you made a Chrome print. And then if you made it off of a transparency, it would be better than that even. All right, go back over to here. Now, I think we were with, that was 72. Let me go to 61. How about that? You can see the individual toes, and if you sharpen this image, you can see them all very well. See the cupped palm with the long fingers? Typical of what they call a hominid. You see some scars on the on the lower leg down to the ankle. Right there. There's your stuff there again. I tell you what, let's just go back over to here. All right. All that is spatter out on the sand. What a wonderful film. Everything that you could have ever asked anyone for, as far as using film of an event as proof, is here on this film. And it's always been here. That's the bad part about it. All we got to see was a version so bad that this was just a silhouette. We could have been seeing this right here. Crying shame. They come out of the woods, and I saw interviews. I saw an interview by John Green. John Green said everybody was upset they could not see the face. Well, yeah, you can't see the face if you copy that sucker to the point where the face just blurs out of existence. But there's the face. That's the face of a Sasquatch. And, I'm going to get into some more about that, too, as well. There's some differences between the way a Sasquatch appears in the Bluff Creek area and other places. And there's a reason for that, too. For another time. All right, let's see here. Make our way. Here's 352. This is right here is the Chrome print of that very same one. Let me put them side by side. All right, this is the same frame. You see what a difference there? Oh my Lord. Except that she's blue. Anybody ever see a blue Sasquatch? Take a good look, because if sometimes you can look from one to the other and back and actually pick out some of these details that are on this one over here. And I'll show you what I did with it. I'm going to move this over. There's the original, and there's the enhancement. But if you see, the enhancement is overexposed in several places due to the enhancement process. It's hard to get complete and total balance. You see, part of the mouth it makes the mouth look shifted over from the nose. But the mouth goes actually way back to here. And that makes the nose centered. And I took this one right here, which is not overexposed, and I used this part of the mouth to overlay back over here so that I would have a complete photo as easy to pick out the mouth and where it begins. And that's my attempt at enhancement, so that it would be balanced. The picture would be balanced. This right here is still overexposed, but I have versions of it that have the eye. It's got some kind of a discharge. Let's see over here. You can see the discharge right here and right here. Let me go. So you can see it's got kind of a yellowish tint, mucus. And she's had problems with that eye. And I'll show you how I know. Because in the enhanced image, these bottom eyelashes are missing. And she's been scratching at it and clawing at it. Got them here, skip, got them here. Okay, go back over here. There we go. Let's go to 352. 352, the famous look back. Now this one right here has had some monkey business done to it. And I say monkey business because there were issues on the copyright with 352. It went into public domain, having been published in a newspaper. And so they added fingers to it. The fingers are really curved backwards, you know, into a fist. Hold on just a minute here. There they are. This was drawn in. Anytime you see a frame 352 with the fingers extended like that, they did that in order to get the copyright on 352. They changed the frame enough that it no longer represented the film, and were able to get that copyrighted, so they could get paid for its publication. There's a trick there, but it wasn't to try to enhance or to try to make it more accurate. It was to try to make it less accurate. Also, the teeth show plainly in frame 352 in the transparency that I got from Patricia Patterson. Yet the lips have been closed in this one. And they got into it about it. Bruce Bonney finally had enough about doing that, and he got into it with DeHenden, and DeHenden threatened to do him in. which is not unusual for him. And he went into hiding. No one knows where he is now. And so you go back to frame 3.5. I'll show you that. Hold on. We got time here. There we go. Now I'll go back over here. And we'll put them side by side. This came from Miss Patterson. This image had never been shown or never been made public until I released it. Now everybody's got it. I sent a copy to Survivor Man. And next thing you know, it's all over the internet. Which I really don't mind. You know, it's people need something good to look at. They don't need this screwed up one here. You can go and buy this one right here at the museum there in Willow Creek. They'll sell you the fake. Make $1 or $2. Okay, here's the look at the fingers there. This right here, let me get rid of this. Hold on. This right here is the fingernails. The fingers are just curled back, you know, made into a fist. Now look over here. The fingernails are still there, but there's another set of fingers. There's debris on the mouth, film debris. And then over here, it's cleaned up and the mouth, the lips are closed. So this right here is 3.52, but it's not from the Patterson film, not officially. This one is from the Patterson film, unaltered, and it is in the public domain. 3.52. All right. Now we'll ease on. Okay. 3.62. One of my favorites. Let me just transfer this one over to my program. I like this one because it shows a lot of stuff on it. You get the blue is a little distracting, but it's pretty sharp. Nothing's been changed, and I've compared it to some of the other images from other versions, and it looks to be unaltered, other than the blue. Take a little bit of that blue out of there. All right. You see a little of that discharge coming out of the eye right there? Go back to blue. Watch this right here. All right. 21%. There is your eye, right there underneath this magnifying lens. There, see it? Hold on. Get rid of some of this pixelization. There we go. Object. There it is, my friends. Right where it's supposed to be. Imagine an eye showing up in an eye socket. How preposterous. Yet that's the way people feel about it. They feel that it's ludicrous. I had a guy, he was a scientist by the name of Henry Fehrenbach, and when everybody was trying to discourage me from working with this film, and they were saying all the different reasons why it was fruitless to work with it, scientific jargon, and he wrote a paper and published it. And the subject was only 8 millimeters tall, 1.8 millimeters tall, something like that. But when you run the film, it goes from very large, filling up the screen, to very small, way off in the distance. And he never said where on the film it was 1.8 millimeter. You can't do this to a bad film, and he was swearing it was a bad film. And I researched him a little bit, and he was I think he was like a biologist, marine biologist for oysters, invertebrates. He was nothing to do with photography. He was regurgitating what other people had said. But there's the eye. And whether that eye is catching sunlight or what, you be the judge. Or people. There's lots of different theories about the eyes of a Sasquatch, but it's on film as being glowing enough to see up in the shadow of the eye socket. Does it make a difference on the quality of the film? You bet it does. You increase the resolution 1%, you're going to see on average about 10 new things. And there are some situations where the people would rather you not find 10 new things. So they use a campaign of discouragement. To each his own, I say. I pretty much have just learned to put my blinders on either side and go straight. Turn neither to the left nor the right. I hope you enjoyed this discussion about the quality of the Patterson film. Let's see here. There we go. Trying to get myself back up here. I wanted to end it like I began it, and I hope that that it means something to you. And I thank you, one and all, for your time.